some very serious news right now. Cartel violence has erupted in Jalisco, Mexico, after a Mexican military operation El Mencho, the leader of a powerful cartel in the region. CBS is now reporting that the United States military actually supported the Mexican military in this effort, had a role.
Guys, you knew this was going to happen again.
Associated Press is out with some new details right now. They have named, and we have confirmed the name of the suspect, 21-year-old Austin Tucker Martin. According to the Associated Press in this bulletin that just crossed, he was reported missing by his family a few days ago, headed south and picked up a shotgun along the way, and they think that because they found a box for the shotgun in his car. The FBI is right now asking people that live near Mar-a-Lago to check their doorbell cameras, check any cameras that they have in their yards.
This morning, about 1:30 in the morning, some demented, deranged lunatic went to Mar-a-Lago. Tried to get in, had a gas can, had a shotgun. It didn't end very well for him. It did end well for the taxpayer because we don't have to pay for this guy to be on, better health care than what you're getting. But the big story, and that is a huge story, the other story that I think we need to talk about is the story that Democrats are suddenly going to be begging for Donald Trump to send troops to Mexico.
So I don't know if you can see that, but I can see the flames. Pretty much surrounded by this right now.
We have some very serious news right now. Cartel violence has erupted in Jalisco, Mexico, after a Mexican military operation killed El Mencho, the leader of a powerful cartel in the region. CBS is now reporting that the United States military actually supported the Mexican military in this effort, had a role in killing the Mexican cartel leader. But the violence that has erupted since is very serious. There are videos now coming out showing cartel members literally going after the airport in the region, threatening to go after homes and resorts in the region. The United States State Department essentially told Americans in the region to hunker down because movement right now is nearly impossible as mass violence has erupted in the area between the Mexican military and the Mexican cartels.
There's a cartel that had a leader taken out in conjunction with the United States military and a Mexican government operation. They took out a cartel member, a leader. And now airports in Puerto Vallarta and also Cancun are under siege, and my guess on the low end is 1,000 Americans are stranded in Mexico. I looked at the flights. They're going to Orlando, Michigan, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Atlanta, I think Kansas City, Missouri, Dallas, Houston. There are a lot of Americans trapped in Mexico right now at the hands of the cartels. Now, we knew this was going to happen. And if you go on vacation to Mexico, I hate to say it, but damn, you're dumb. I mean, they're pouring in by the thousands into our country. You see them rioting and protesting here. They hate us. They hate America. So you're going to go there and expect something different to happen if one of their so-called leaders gets, taken out? That's what you're saying right now to yourself? Oh my gosh. And the people that hate Trump are going to be begging for him to send in the SEAL teams, Delta 9, PJs, send in the rescue swimmers from Portland. They're going to be begging for all this. What are your thoughts? Should Trump send the United States military to go save these Americans that were dumb enough to pay to go there, to go stay at these resorts that are owned by the cartels? I guess he should, but I think there's just a big giant I told you so happening right now. These people, southern border cartels, they do not play by the rules. And to defeat someone that doesn't play by the rules, you can't play by the rules either. All of these people that are screaming that Trump took Maduro illegally, well, what would you recommend that he do right now in Mexico to get these American citizens out? What would you recommend, Nancy, Jasmine Crockett, Thomas Massey, Rand Paul? Huh? Should we leave those Americans down there? I don't think you can leave them there. I think you've got to go and get them. You got to go and try to save as many as you possibly can. The cartels don't play by normal rules. They chop people up with chainsaws. They hang them over bridges. That's how the cartel stays in power. It's the same way that Saddam Hussein stayed in power. Intimidation. Now, I do believe we should have left Saddam Hussein in power because he did keep everybody else in check. That's a different topic for a different conversation. I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the things happening right now that prompted what happened at Mar-a-Lago. And number one's the economy. The economy in the United States is booming. And I'll say this, because the economy is booming, I want you to check out my channel sponsor. You should capitalize on the wins where you could get them. Check this out.
And this is an organization that I think you can get behind. If you've been watching the markets lately, you know we are in one of the most prolific bull markets in history. Gold, copper, silver, they're all trading at near all-time highs. In fact, silver became the best performing asset of 2025, trading over $91 an ounce. And it isn't slowing down anytime soon. There's a huge problem. It's called supply and demand. S&P Global recently published a report highlighting a future of commodity shortages. We're seeing a massive race for AI infrastructure and increased defense spending, both of which require these critical metals. Today's sponsor is GoldMining Inc., ticker symbol GLDG on the New York Stock Exchange. This isn't just your average exploration company. Major institutions like Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, and Sprott have already taken positions here. There is a two-pronged approach to this strategy. Why are the big players moving in? Because GLDG offers a unique approach that functions like a gold stock ETF. Massive resource portfolios. They own a huge portfolio of resource stage projects across the Americas, specifically in Canada, the United States, Brazil, Peru, and Colombia. We are talking about an estimated 12.4 million gold equivalent ounces in the measured and indicated category. Strategic equity holdings. They own significant stakes in other publicly listed gold companies. This includes Gold Royalty Corp, which was up 215% last year, and the U.S. GoldMining Inc., which surged nearly 400%. As of February 11th, GLGD's market cap was roughly 312 million United States dollars. However, their equity holdings alone are worth approximately 231 million. Essentially, you're getting their entire 12 million ounce gold portfolio for a fraction of its actual price. We'll call it pennies on the dollar. The company is led by industry veteran and former Goldcorp CEO David Garofalo, and insiders are active in the stock. In a market where supply is tightening and prices are hitting record peaks, GLDG offers a diversified, high-value way to play the gold sector. Check out GoldMining Inc., ticker GLDG. As always, review filings, do some of your own legwork, and pat them down the same way the TSA does when you go through. Check out GoldMining Inc., ticker GLDG. Get back to me. Let me know how your returns are. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not a financial advisor, but I hope you can get as good of a return on investment as I have.
Okay, the economy is booming. The border is secure. The inflation is down. You've got a little extra money in your pocket, a little extra scratch, and now you know where to spend it. Invest in yourself, invest in your family, make some moves for your family's future. But what do you think should happen at this Mexico cartel hijacking? I mean, they are shutting down airports, they're shutting down people from getting home. Could you imagine if this was in like 2 to 3 weeks when all the kids were down there on spring break? Could you imagine the chaos? Some of you watching probably were planning to go to Mexico. You still might go to Mexico. I don't know how this continues, man. And this is all coming back to a couple of different things. The amount of people calling Trump a fascist and the guy with the mustache and saying how evil he is, that's what prompted Thomas Crooks. That's what prompted Dylan Ruth. That's what prompted all of this. That's what prompted this attack at Mar-a-Lago last night. And now you're going to see people say that he was, murdered. Well, he showed up to a Mar-a-Lago where the president lives with a shotgun and a tank of gas at 1:30 in the morning. Not exactly looking to go play a round of golf, is he? Guys, the Democrat Party is lunacy. Complete lunacy that they can even try to spin these lies like this. And I'm sure the lies will continue. It's about all they know. They're out of other moves. Marshall Trump. He's got to send somebody in to get them. Do you think this will be the last attempt on Trump's life? I don't know. I seriously doubt it. I highly doubt it. The one thing about the Democrats is they don't quit. Even whenever they're losing, even when they're failing, even whenever their same old song and dance games are failing. They are a collective, a hive mind of collectives. The State of the Union is on Tuesday night. You and I both know that the Democrats are going to stage some kind of sit-in, some kind of walkout, or whatever. And all the people that scream about Trump ending all the wars and getting the hostages out of Israel and Gaza, away from the Iranians. Are you also going to be screaming to get the hostages out of Mexico? Because there's going to be some hostages. These cartels do not play games. They play for keeps. And right now, you better be glad you got a president that plays for keeps. You better be glad you got a Secretary of War that plays for keeps. Marco Rubio might be off the table here. I don't believe the Secretary of State can negotiate with cartels. That's not something that we want to do. They understand one thing and one thing only: lead poisoning. And most of them, that's exactly what they need. One of the best things Trump did was declare these cartels terrorist organizations. It gives him a lot more latitude to eradicate them. For those in Colorado, you remember that Tren de Aragua gang that took over an apartment? Chicago, you've got Tren de Aragua. A lot of cities around the United States have these criminal organizations. What are we going to do about it? I think you let Tom Homan be Tom Homan. You let Greg Bovino be Greg Bovino. And damn it, just let Trump be Trump. Let him cook. Get rid of these evil groups. Daisy, you better chill. Damn dogs. They got into a skunk about 3-4 days ago and drove me crazy. You better chill. Fred's old and little and Daisy picks on him. Hey. Dadgummit. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Go check out my sponsor, Gold Mining Company. Link, full description down below. Check them out. I'll see you in the next one. Pray for those idiots that are down there that decided to go where the cartels live.